Hey everyone, Alex here, and it's day 24 of me reading classical advertisements to perfect my English accent. We are still in the Eugene Schwartz series. So with this one, it says how to stroke wrinkles right out of your face. That's a really crazy opener headline. And the first thing that we see here is like the process at which we are going to do this. So we have step one is this simple stroking motion with your fingers could diminish ugly forehead lines the very first time you use it. And then the B says that how to gently freeze ugly lines out of your mouth and lip lines shown in lesson 3. C, a smoother neck and chin line with nothing more than your own 5 fingers. D, sagging mouth corners. Try this 10-second lifter upper and get the thrill of your life the very first time. E. Young looking eyes start at your forehead. Only one woman out of 100 knows this. Prove it yourself in lesson 4. So here, only one woman out of 100 know this is they're trying to bring like the FOMO for people who like okay, if you notice that okay you don't know something, you try as much as possible to learn it. So they're trying to bring like FOMO. Then we go to the headline. It says that how to stroke wrinkles right out of your forehead, out of your face. And noted physicians agree. I believe it is probable that you will look noticeably younger within weeks, and that the visible aging of your face will be retarded to a significant degree. In my opinion, this new system merits the serious attention of any woman or man who is interested in retaining a youthful appearance. And this was from the physician known as Matthew Warpick. He says her procedures are safe, sensible. So they are starting right off the back with testimonials with proof, and that's like, okay, we have the headline and then we have the proof, the testimonials from people who have actually gone through or the process of reading it. And it says that her procedures are safe, sensible, and effective for firming the facial tissues, improving circulations, which makes your which makes for a healthy skin and youthful glow. Her method on touch should be heeded and can do much to help the reader prevent a loosened skin, wrinkles, patches, gauze, and other signs of aging. It is a new approach, but vastly superior to the usual methods. And this is from Gregory, who is a noted plastic surgeon. It says, here's why. Here is the background of a monumental discovery that may do for your face, as has for hundreds of other men and women. What the most expensive cosmetics in the world have utterly been unable to accomplish. All you need are your own 2 hands, a mirror, in the book we send you to read from cover to cover without you risking a penny. When the book arrives, turn immediately to page 123 and read 2 pages, nothing more. Here you will learn how pair of wrinkled white leather glove led to one of the most amazing discoveries ever made about the skin of the human face. This discovery was quite simple, but to our knowledge, it has never been used before. It started as a way of stroking out every wrinkle in that pair of white glove till they were as smooth and perfect as the day they were just they were first made. Then it came into full bloom with a sudden realization that the skin of a human face is like the skin of any other human animal. Sorry. that the skin of the human face is like the skin of any other animal, and therefore, if you could stroke wrinkles out of leather gloves, you could stroke them just as inevitably out of the human face. First tested, first tested on her own face, and 10 years seemed to vanish in a single month, and then proven again and again on hundreds of private students by the lines that vanished in their very first hour. And we continue says that, right? Says once you have read these 2 pages, you will understand the theory behind this remarkable new method of facial rejuvenation. But this is only the first step. Now you go beyond theory. In that very first session alone with this book, and you prove on your own skin as reflected in your own mirror that you can diminish or even erase certain lines on your face using nothing more than your own 10 fingers. This is the reason why we offer this book to you without you risking a single penny, because we know that you would not part with this book for any amount of money once you see what it can do for your face in that first half hour alone. What you are going to what you are going to do is this. You you are now going to turn to page 59 and study three simple movements with with your hands, and they begin to treat your forehead. You should learn all three of them in about a minute each. Then you are going to put down the book. You are going to look in your mirror, and you are going to count the wrinkles on and lines that have turned your forehead old for years. Then you are going to apply the first movement for 3 minutes. You are going to stop. You are going to stop. Check the second movement with the book. All right. Then and says here that and use it for an additional 3 minutes on your forehead. Then you are going to use the third finger movement for slightly longer, and then you are going to stop. You are going to bend forward to look into the mirror, into that mirror again, and then and the realization is going to pour through your body that a whole new world of beauty has suddenly been built into your own hand. So this again from yesterday's reading, I mentioned something about visual language. So if you look at what the processes that he mentioned here, he's telling you that you are going to do this, then this, then this. So stages by stages by stages. One of the things about marketing and like copy is that you want to give clear direction to the reader on what they are supposed to do and what they are going to see after. So once you give them that step by step direction on, okay, this is what you're going to do. After you've done that, you're going to do this, then this, then this. It makes it very easy for the reader to understand. It makes it easy. So usually when you're writing sales copy, one of the things that you are advised to do is to make sure that um the language you're using is in the fourth grade. You're making it very easy that even a child can read and understand it, right? So usually that's how it goes. And seeing how they articulated this particular sales letter from the 1990s and what we are seeing now is still like the same thing. Nothing has changed at all. The the words, they're not using any huge grammatical words here. It's not something that, okay, I need to look this word up in my dictionary to understand. They're using simple English, they're using simple language, and that's amazing, right? So we continue. It says that after you've gotten the steps, so um, they've given the steps you need to create. Then now this is our guarantee. At least some forehead lines must go in that first session alone, or this book never cost you a single penny. So this guarantee is crazy because they are saying that once you use the movement technique on the first try, some lines should be gone. That's their um that's their guarantee. That's their claim, right? So they are claiming that once you use this movement technique, the wrinkles and lines on your forehead or your face must be gone. And it says that let us repeat this fact again. Hundreds of men and women before you have already gone through this same transformation, except that they paid up to $35 a session. So this was done by someone else and they paid for it and now they are giving it to you. And you pay only a fraction of that price for the entire method. Once again, hundreds of men and women have already seen lines vanish from their foreheads in this very first session. We believe that you must too, or send us the book back for every cent of your money back. Or after you have proved it on your own forehead, keep the book still without risking a penny and go on to apply this incredible method to every square inch of your face, neck, and body like this. Sorry. The final objective is a new smoothness, a new tightness in every area of your skin. As you are now as you now begin to explore this book more deeply, you will learn that certain problem areas demand certain ingenious solution. For example, those tiny focal lines you see above your mouth are symptoms of weak underlying muscles, and you now strengthen them with an indigenous stroking motion of your fingers at the corners of that mouth. Nothing makes previously beautiful face more ugly than the deep furrows that begin to engrave themselves between nose and mouth. Those demand two separate methods of attack. One, a gentle stroking, the other, a gentle lifting exercise. Both are so delicate that you may hardly feel them, but your mirror will show you the difference in a week or two. So, one of the things, so this is a lesson for any of you listening. One thing about a product, anytime you're marketing a product or you're selling a product, especially when you want to produce good or great customers, is to give them a small win first, right? So here we are seeing this here. It tells you that once you read this page 135, then you go to page 59. It's going to be about like the lines on your forehead. So they do that first, and then they get the result immediately. So once they see the result for themselves, they believe in the product, and they are encouraged to wait for another week or two for any other procedures that they need to take. But if let's say like fitness like this and you're obese and you're trying to lose weight, it's going to take a long time. So how can you give someone their first win? So their first win might be probably um doing 10 sit-ups or maybe doing 10 push-ups, right? So that's their first win. Maybe they can only do maybe probably two, but you help them do an additional eight. That's like a crazy win for them, and they're able to like believe in you. They are able to believe in the products that they've bought. So usually that's how we do things, right? So you can keep that in mind. It says then we continue. It says that I High backs and crow's feet have been the despair of men and women for generations. Neither can ever be completely removed except by a plastic surgeon. But short light strokes, done as shown on page 53, can come electrifyingly close. So they are telling the truth that some of these lines and bugs can never be removed from your face unless by a professional and by a surgeon. So that will have to do it. That's going to be very expensive, right? So they're telling you straight up that hey, some of these things would cost you money, but some of this would you can do on your own, right? And we continue. It says that about Jessica Crane. Jessica Crane's revolutionary face o metrics course is the uniquely exciting facial smoothing plan you've heard about. The 5 minutes a day technique for firming face, neck, reducing and retarding face lines. Now, for the first time, the complete course, which sells in Miss Green's private salon for as much as $35 a lesson, is yours in a single book for a fraction of that price. Jessica Crane, originator of Facial Metrics, is the author of two nationwide bestsellers describing her system. You may have seen her on the Johnny Carson show, Mike Douglas, and other national television shows. Her method has been described as amazingly effective by leading newspapers and magazines in this country and abroad, where it is even more widely used. Right. So about this is another like proof, giving you more proof about the person herself, which is Jessica Crane. So after you've read this place, it says that and much more. An instant match lift for drooping corners. How to lose a complete dress size without losing a pound. An instant way. All right. So here it says that. Sorry, we are still here. It says and for those sagging, dropping contours throughout the entire face. A more drastic breakthrough is needed. Miscreant calls it the poor woman's facelift. It is a simple method of freezing the face to tighten the skin, firm the muscles, even reduce the size of pores. Prove it yourself without risking a penny and much more. An instant mouth lift for drooping corners. How to lose a complete dress size without losing a pound. An instant way to make your breast appear far firmer and larger. A simple sound deep in your throat that does more to reduce neck lines than any exercise you have ever used, and much more. All yours to prove without risking a penny in Jessica Crane's remarkable new book, How to Use Your Hands to Save Your Face. It costs its cost is only 55 598 complete. This is less than you would spend on a single treatment in a beauty parlor to try to conceal the lines that this book may remove for you in hours. Right now, go back to the statements by the two doctors at the top of this advertisement. Read them once again and then ask yourself, is it worth a half hour of my time and no risks to try this new method on my own face tomorrow? If the answer is yes, send in the no risk coupon today, and then we have the coupon here. So again from the newspapers as well. So that's like looking at how the we've come so far in terms of how do we call it, in terms of copy, in terms of marketing. You can see the progression, right? So sometimes they'll start with the headline, they'll start with the lead. The lead is how you are going. It's like the hook. Most of you like, okay, this is the hook, this is the lead. But with this one, it's stated like, okay, they started with testimonials. before they went into the lead, right? And then down it went. And it's really exciting to see how we've come so far. And still, I'm still reading from the Eugene Schwartz series. Like I have a bunch load of this how to find art. And yeah, see you tomorrow.